This is me after not training for 8 weeks. And this is me trying to do a front flip. So I wanted to get back in shape and learn 10 of the toughest calisthenics skills at the same time. But getting this on my own seemed pretty difficult, so I decided to ask ChatGPT.
Bro, can you help me to get back in shape and learn 10 of the toughest calisthenics skills?
Bro, you're hopeless, but I'll help you, skinny bitch.
Before we dive into the plan that ChatGPT gave me, what are the 10 skills that I want to learn? The first skill is the front flip. I'd literally love to learn a front flip just because it looks actually pretty cool, to be honest. For the second one, I'd like to do a perfect muscle up. I managed to do a muscle up after like 2 weeks of training when I just started out, but I never really kept training it, so I didn't really improve. For the next one, I'd like to learn the handstand push-up. Getting a front lever and a back lever would look pretty nice as well, therefore we added those two. Since I also wanted to work on my pull-ups and my push-ups, I decided to add 30 pull-ups in a row without a break and proper form and 50 single arm push-ups. I'm pretty sure everyone would love to be able to do a human flag, so we are gonna add that one as well. Planche push-up is probably the most difficult skill on this list, but we'll try it as well. And for the last one, we have the single arm pull-up. Now that you know what I'm aiming for, you might ask yourself where I started, especially after seeing the front flip in the beginning. So let's start with the front flip. Initially, it was definitely unsuccessful, if you want to say it like that, and I landed on my back. For the pull-ups, I think I started at 17 or 18 repetitions. The goal is 30. For the single arm push-up, I started with 1 single arm push-up and the target is actually 50, guys. Front lever and back lever were both not really possible in the beginning. Human flag, obviously not really as well. For the muscle up, I can do something that looks like a muscle up, but I'm definitely using a lot of legs. When it comes to the handstand push-up, I especially struggle with the balance. The planche push-up is definitely way too hard in the beginning, and yeah, same goes for the single arm pull-up, as you can see. Now that you know what I'm aiming for, you might ask yourself where I started, especially after seeing the front flip in the beginning. Given the difficulty of these skills and my initial skill level, a lot of you might say that it's probably impossible for me to learn all of these skills within just 4 weeks. So what was actually the plan that ChatGPT suggested me to learn all of these skills in just 1 month? On Monday I was doing push and core, so I focused on the chest and the shoulder and especially aimed at improving the planche and the push-up performance. Tuesday was my pull session and here I was working especially on the single arm pull-up among other pull-up variations. Wednesday was my leg day, which I was doing at the gym. Thursday was rest or active recovery. On Friday I was doing some skill work like practicing the front lever, the back lever, the human flag and so on. On Saturday I was doing a full body workout paired with explosiveness, so here I also trained the front flip, and Sunday was rest or light recovery again. I followed that routine for probably 2 weeks and I definitely saw improvements in pretty much all skills. I was also able to land my first real front flip into the sand after 2 weeks. My human flag actually also got a lot better, which was actually kind of surprising. I also felt like my front and back lever improved even though I was still not able to hold it. But I also felt like I wouldn't get many of those skills done by week 4 if I kept going like that. Therefore I decided to ask ChatGPT to adjust the plan and increase the volume. Instead of doing back, bicep and chest tricep on 2 different days, I started to do all of these in just 1 day. I gotta say that I really enjoyed the training after week 2 and really felt like I improved a lot in the last 2 weeks. First of all, this is a comparison of what I looked like when I started. And at the right, you see what I looked like after 4 weeks. And here you'll also see what I looked like on pump after 4 weeks. Of course, you gotta say that the light is slightly different, but I definitely feel like I made some progress when it comes to muscle mass. Obviously, like it's not a huge difference, but after 6 years of training, this is probably just, was to be expected, to be honest. So what about the skills? How many of those could I improve and how many of those could I actually learn? Right here you can see me trying to do the human flag and I was actually really surprised, guys, not gonna lie. I'm not really able to hold multiple flags in a row, but I can definitely hold one for a couple of seconds right now. Actually getting a perfect human flag would really be amazing, therefore I keep practicing that skill even after releasing that video until I'd be able to hold one for probably around 10 seconds, guys. And yeah, I'll definitely keep you updated on that one. Let's take a look at the easiest out of all these skills. The handstand push-up. And even after 4 weeks, I'm not able to keep the balance, to be honest. Even though it still looks horrible, I feel like I improved like at least a little bit. I mean, it's not the world, but yeah. After the 4 weeks, the front lever looked a little bit better. It's still not perfect, but I think I'll keep working on that one as well. The back lever really looked like shit when I was just starting out, but after 1 month of calisthenics, it definitely improved a lot in my opinion. I mean, it's still not perfect, but definitely better. But what about the front flip? I don't know about you, but I really loved watching those compilations of people doing flips on the beach, on the street, or basically wherever. So I really wanted to get that skill so badly. So how did it go? After 2 weeks, I was able to get one done into the sand, but I was way too scared to try one in the grass or on a normal ground. After 4 weeks, I was probably still too scared, but I told myself that I have to try it anyways. I feel like the fear really took a lot of the potential, but I got one flip that looked somewhat okay. Obviously still far from perfect, but I definitely try to keep improving that one. Let's go to the strength endurance exercises, starting with the 50 single arm push-ups. Obviously 50 might be a pretty high number, but I really felt like improving the single arm push-up just by improving the technique works actually pretty good. In the end, I was able to get 26 of them done in a row. Pull-ups are probably one of my weaker exercises, but I was able to improve them as well. I started at 13 and finished at 20 straight pull-ups in a row. Not sure if the form was 100% perfect, but feel free to correct me in the comments. Showing you the next skill actually takes just a couple of seconds because I didn't improve it all, guys. So let's get to something where I actually saw some improvement. The muscle up was already okay in the beginning, but I felt like I was able to use barely any legs by the end of the 4 weeks, and I also felt more explosive. Now there's just one skill missing, and that skill is, at least in my opinion, by far the hardest skill on the list, and it's the planche push-up. And I really have to say that I felt like I improved a lot, even though the footage might not reflect that, guys. So I personally really appreciated the plan, and I definitely keep practicing the skills, and I'll do another video once I'm able to get all of these done, so it might take another 1 or 2 years. And yeah, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, and have a great day, guys.